And after this game, we've got the men at 7 o'clock as they host Irvine Valley.
What'd you say Golden West was in conference play?
Yeah, I have 2-0, but that's not right.
They're 0-4. I'm sitting there going, wait, I got the wrong paperwork in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey, they're coming in 0-4, and this is a game for Cypress to, I think, get healthy in the sense that I would expect the bench to expand in tonight's game, and we'll see how long the starters stay on the floor for this Cypress team. Both the men and women currently are in second place in their conferences. So for Cypress basketball in general, it is an accomplished night here at Cypress College for both these teams chasing OEC crowns.
Yes, they are. And Cypress is actually 15-5, Mark, and 3-1 in conference play. You know what happened?
What'd you do?
I saved it, and it reverted back to the last game we had.
Okay, there we go.
That's the issue. So my numbers are incorrect as normal, but that is okay. Corey Nayland, Mark Pavlovich, and Jerry Roque on camera. He's on the 1s and 2s today as the starting lineup for Golden West will be Vanessa Epperson, the second leading scorer in conference, averaging 19 points a game, 5'5" freshman. Kim Rivera will be starting also at guard out of Our Lady of Loretto. Isis Benjamin, a 5'7" guard out of Lakewood High School. Tatiana Sagan, a small forward out of Fountain Valley. And Katie Poppin, a wing player, 5'9", out of La Habra High School, rounds out the starting five. Head coach is Barry Migliorini, patrolling the sidelines for the Rustlers. They're in their gold jerseys and green trim. Cypress, that you see in the white. Joanna Stroud will jump center, 5'10" freshman from Santa Fe High School. Ashley Hawkins, the conference's leading scorer at 23 a game. Jalen Oviedo, the all-time three-point leader at Cypress. Tip controlled by Cypress, and there's Oviedo. Jasmine Uwe, who's come on strong in conference play, averaging 12 points in conference. Oviedo with the left, no good. Rebound comes out, and here is Epperson. Alexia Alvarez rounds out the starting five for Cypress. So number 3 in gold, a dynamic scorer for Golden West. She takes a three off right. Rebound battled for. Stroud has it. All the way Oviedo gets past everyone for 2.
Nice way of running the floor on that fast break. Is once again, what I like, Corey, is we saw it against Riverside. The Cypress Chargers decide to press when the ball is brought into the court. It dismantled, basically, Riverside as Strong comes into the game now quickly.
So Tao, very creative. Old school player, Mark. You would like the way she plays on the floor. There's another three by Esperson straight away. Back rim, no. Rebound, loose ball foul. Will go on either Benjamin or Poppin.
Well, you look at Cypress that averages 40.5. The one highlight for this Golden West team, supposedly 52 rebounds a game.
That could be a highlight, Mark. It could not, because that means you get a lot of shots up and you're missing a lot. Of Stroud works down on the right block. Benjamin with the board. So 2-0 Cypress here in the first quarter on SportsNetUSA.net. Here's a steal by Alvarez with Uwe. Spaces the floor, lays it in with the right. So quick 4-0 for the Chargers. Trapping again in the backcourt ahead of the pack is Sagan. She misses the layup. Those are going to have to fall for the Rustlers if they want to compete tonight. Alternating arrow belongs to the Rustlers.
And, Corey, when we look at the press that Cypress puts up next time that Golden West brings the ball down, it's not a 2-1-2 press. It looks like just basically a 5-person press up. But next time look at it, let me know what it is, if it's a 2-2-1 or a 2-1-2 when they press next time.
Checking in is Sheridan Bivens number 35 in gold. She's got a sweet stroke, and there it is. Front rim, rebound, Alvarez. Running the break is Hawkins, contender for player of the year in the OEC. Uwe misses from the right side, rebound chased down by Epperson. And an unforced turnover, Mark, that's what's plagued them in this first 4 games of the conference season.
Well, and you can see them already going after the ball on the rebounds. I mean, I don't think that's a disproportionate number, the 52. I think they're a good rebounding team.
Uwe. Handoff from Stroud. Nice. Give and back and go. So give and go, given. Taken. Scored upon with 7:30 to play in this first quarter. Epperson. Benjamin sets her feet for 3. She gets the first bucket of the game for the Rustlers. And it is 6-3. Poor rotation by the Charger defense.
For those watching these Cypress women, one of the things that Corey will tell you I love, Corey, they make some of the prettiest bounce passes I have seen this season to their teammates.
Hawkins and Uwe round the perimeter, 3-point line. Hawkins bodied up and foul on the drive by Sagan. First personal, second team foul.
And I know people are going to start laughing and go, Mark, there's a lot of bounce passes in basketball. No, there's not. There's not people who really know how to do it where you catch it on the upside.
Alvarez misses on the pretty bounce pass from Trung. Good inbound play. All alone is Sagan again. She's got 2. So it is now 6-5.
And I like Sagan using the backboard and taking her time to make that shot.
Stroud again. Alvarez, good closeout by Epperson. Forces her out away from the bucket. Trung leaves it for Uwe. Stepping out for 3. Softly, no. Trung in the hustle board. Here's Hawkins with the runner. So Hawkins scratches, and it's 8-5. 3-point lead with 6:15 to play first quarter. Quick miss by Epperson. She's 0 for 3 thus far. So Tan Don checks in along with Carly Bush, 10 and 22 respectively, joining Trung, Hawkins, and Uwe. For Golden West on the floor, Bivens remains, Epperson remains, Benjamin guarding Hawkins. Number 5 is Kim Rivera, and 33 will be Fama Diang. Trung, free throw line. Don with 7 in the key for 2. Five-point lead for the Chargers, 5:40 first quarter. Bivens to Rivera. Benjamin and Epperson. Bivens thought about a 3. Here's Jiang. Up, over, no. Loose ball foul as she tries to go for her own rebound. She's 6'4" out of Los Angeles.
Nice block out by Carly Bush, and we've seen her play more as the season has progressed. She played a lot last year. Season started off, she was on the bench. Now as the season's growing, Corey, so is participation by more of the young ladies for this Charger team.
5:18 to play first quarter. Hawkins uses the bounce, gets in the key, puts it up. No good. Rebound Bush as Hawkins goes to the ground. She thought she was fouled. Bivens the other way. Up this near sideline. Good transition D by the Chargers. Bivens to Rivera. Baseline J. No. Hawkins has it. One of the leaders in rebounds in conference as well as scoring and assists, and there's one. (12-5) Chargers. Under 5 to play. Benjamin bodies up, can't get the ball to go. Uses the backboard, but again, too hard. Chased down by Rivera, down low to Fama. Nice turnaround, no good. Rebound Rivera, third opportunity with the bump. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, and she thought she was going to get the call. Beautiful pass down there. And I tell you what, running the break, you couldn't feed it any better as Ashley Hawkins put it right on the dime.
Assist number 2 to go along with 2 points, 4 points for Dawn on the layup. Bibbins quiets the crowd with a 3. 14-8 now, again ahead of the pack. Bush blocked by Bivens. Coach Imaku in her first season says bring it out. Ui says yes, short. And timeout taken by Golden West. It's going to be a full timeout at 30. It's going to be a 30-second timeout taken with 3:47 to play in the first quarter. 14-8 Chargers. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
You know, when you look at Fama out there as the woman that has a height advantage over there, Corey, she averages about 7.5 points per game. You like the moves that she's made towards the basket, but I'm going to go back to the old days when we used to do NAIA. You always used to say to that big person, no matter what the gender was, take that one dribble to get some sort of rhythm going on when you're getting ready to go down low and just bounce it off the back of the board.
Yeah, if you get that power dribble, make sure it's away from the defender and away from the help defender as well, who's coming over to double team. And then just go up when you have that height advantage. Double team, just go straight up and get fouled. So 14-8 out of the timeout, 3:47, Golden West with the ball down by 6. Poked away by Dawn, foul in the backcourt as Epperson loses her shoe. No foul called. 3:43 left in the first.
Is that not called like being de-hoofed if you're playing basketball?
Just a blowout.
Oh, okay.
So out of the timeout, Alvarez, Trung inbound, Bush, Hawkins, and Don. Cypress in white, blue lettering, blue and gold trim. Hawkins, elbow extended, pretty shot. Ashley Hawkins, Mark, let's see if she can get back in her shooting stroke. And there is a foul, blocking foul or reach-in foul, as they hounded Epperson in the backcourt. As Mark, Hawkins has been scoring a lot, but her percentage and the number of shots she's put up the last few games, not where she wants it to be. She wants to be missing 4 to 5 shots instead of 10 to 12, as it has been.
Yeah, she's at 42%, but what I like what she's doing tonight, Corey, not the three-point shot. She's taking that easy 15-footer.
16-8. Here's Bivens. She's got a nice shot as well. Good rotation. Short. Hawkins with the rebound. That's her second. Alvarez ahead of the pack. Got away with a walk. And for 2. Nice pass. Assist number 3. Epperson. Kick out. Popping to Bivens. Down low. Following. Turnaround Jay. No good, but the weak side rebound to Epperson, battling hard, forces one up, no. Battle underneath, jump ball, Chargers possession. Carly Bush and DeYoung battling on that right block. 18-8 is your score. So Hawkins already has 1 triple-double this season, looking for number 2. Alvarez around Poppin, over Fama, bodied on the put-up, so she'll head to the line. For 2 is Alexia, 5'3" sophomore from Santa Barbara High School.
I know you like Hawkins and the way she shoots, but what does she bring? To me, her passing ability and running the break, the court just opens up for her other players. So is it just her shooting that's her thing, or does she have more than shooting, and that's why Cypress is sitting in second place right now?
No, she's all-purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, she's multi-purpose, Mark. Shoot, score, pass, rebound, lead the team. As 1 of 2 is Alvarez. It is 19-8. Epperson hounded by Alvarez. Double teamed by Dawn. She goes down and traveled.
No, they're going to call a foul against Cypress.
They're going to call it on Alvarez as Epperson ran into the elbow rather than Alvarez hitting her. But again, it's a foul. Both players working hard. Her first personal, third team foul.
And I like what Carly Bush is doing out there, Corey. Really, when you think that she's playing against the player that had a truth height advantage, now that they've changed their positions again, Carly's got somebody that's around her, same height against her.
Rivera battling, kicks out for Bivens. Here's Epperson with 8 to shoot. Shelby Ross walked, 15-footer, no. Rebound pushed by Rivera in the back of Ashley Hawkins. You got some home cooking here, a little bit. That's the 5th team foul. So again, 15 foul, you head to the line for 1-1. In the women's game, 4 10-minute quarters with 2:02 to play in the first. As Hawkins, we mentioned the triple-double, leading the conference in scoring. And the team, 22.7, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Throw in a couple steals a game, and you've got a contender for player of the year in conference. First free throw is up and in.
Yeah, as a team, Cypress is in the middle of the pack for assists, averaging 12.7 per game. Thought they'd have a few more, but that honor goes to Orange Coast College.
Who also has Megan McIntyre, who's might be the front runner of player of the year. There's Ross, no. As Amaya Williams saves it from going out of bounds. And here come the Chargers the other way. Uwe will set that line up in just a moment, Mark. Uwe has it under 140 to play. Sampton leaves it for Dawn. She's got 6 points in the first quarter. The sophomore from Westminster gives him a 23-8 lead. And there's a fourth stolen by Williams out of Fullerton High School. Hawkins slows the pace. Dawn feeling happy, misses right. Epperson with the rebound, triple team, reach in by Ton. That's going to be her first team foul. First personal foul, 4th team foul, 23-8. 63 seconds to play in this first quarter. As Ton checks out. And there should be one more coming off. That's going to be Ashley Hawkins. Kayleen Palomino, number 30, checks in for Hawkins. Sampton, 24. Uwe, number 4. At the point of the attack, Williams guarding the number 34 in white for the Chargers. 21 to shoot, pop and pops, and short. Here's Sampton. Yankee out of Beckman High School leaves it for Jasmine. 42 remains in the first, 15-point lead for the Chargers. Here's Jasmine, blocked by Poppin on the left side, out of bounds, 16 to shoot, 35 on the game.
So we've already seen the expansion of the bench tonight. Palomino comes in. We haven't seen her play a lot. She doesn't play a lot. This is giving the coach a chance to go 10, 15 deep in a game when you look at what your bench can do.
Palomino leaves it short. Shot clock is off as he hit the rim. 27 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Sampton working on Ross. 14 on the game clock. 9, one-on-one. Step back, short. Took an 18-footer, shot at 14. Loose ball foul on Williams. And that's a loose ball. Should be shooting free throws. Coming the other way.
And that's what they're going to do. And the thing with Williams, Corey, she had somebody had their arm wrapped around her. She, in turn, wrapped her arm around. I think Williams, when she gets the chance to be in the court, is really that good backup player down low. She brings so much energy to the Cypress team, and she's got the physicality that allows them to have that person underneath to dominate.
Poppins' first free throw is good. She was pivotal, Mark, in that first-round playoff win last year against Glendale. Second free throw left it short, tapped out by Ross with 2 before the clock would have counted had it have gone, but it did not go. So at the end of the first, it is Cypress 23 and Golden West 9. Here on Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't forget, it's a doubleheader. Women now, men at 7. They take on Irvine Valley College. Tonight is equality for women in sports,
which is dear to our heart. If people have watched the show, they've seen Corey and I go on for an hour talking about this. And for people that know SportsNetUSA.net, because we have the SportsNetUSA.net Invitational coming up in a week, we are very much for looking at equality in sports for the women. Everybody seems to come to the men's games. They'll watch men's football. They'll come out to the baseball game. They'll come out to the men's basketball game. Know how dismal the men's team may be, and yet the women could be undefeated, and you look around and you go, where is everybody? These are true, talented student athletes, and to still listen to some of the things that are being said in sports today is abysmal, sad, disheartening, to say the least. And boy, howdy, I just don't understand the non-open-mindedness, Mr. Nealon, of a lot of people in sports. And I don't care if you're young or old. These are all equal athletes. I don't care what the gender is. And all colleges, high schools and community colleges, junior highs and elementary schools need to understand that.
You really want a T-shirt, don't you?
Yeah, Wes, medium.
And so do I. No, I back you 100% on that. Double X over here. As Ross to Epperson, Bivens around the perimeter. Sagan back in, popping at the elbow. She leaves it short one more time. A little bit too much finesse. Is that a thing, too much finesse?
No, you can never have too much finesse.
Except on that shot. 9:42 to play. Cypress with Hawkins, the starting guard, along with Oviedo, who's starting, Uwe, Stroud, and Alvarez. So the starting 5 unit start the second quarter. Oviedo's short. Good box out by Epperson. Now she's double teamed, nowhere to go, and throws it off of the foot of Jasmine.
I thought for a second she wasn't going to get the call. And Corey, when you look at this press again, I asked you what it was, if it was a 2-1-2. What do they run with their press?
It looks like an amoeba. I haven't really been paying attention to it.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I'll let you know the next time.
Okay.
Whatever they're doing, they are matching it up. But we'll see. As Oviedo, she is the three-point queen for Cypress. Single season and career. Broke the career record earlier this season. Uwe Alvarez drives, kick out, around the perimeter with 9 to shoot. Hawkins, bodied by Sagan. Backdoor cut Oviedo. Great ball movement and great movement without the ball. Oviedo with 4, 25 to 8. Or excuse me, 25 to 9 is your score. So it's a 2-2-1, Mark.
Okay.
And 10-second violation. And again, they have the right idea of moving the ball without too many bounces to break the press, but too slow. Got to be a little bit more crispy on that break, on that press break, I should say.
And if you love basketball, you've got to love the way the Cypress team, even though it says they only average 12 assists a game, I tell you, if you're at one of their games, you're going to say, that stat's got to be wrong. They move the ball so well as a team that, Corey, I love to watch them play. They really do move the ball well.
Second place in the OEC, and Coach Brittany Umaku calls a timeout, 30-second variety, with 8:26 to play in the second quarter. Cypress 25, Golden West number 9. We'll have Coach Umaku on at halftime of the men's game later on today. You ask why? Well, we'll tell you why. She's a first-year head coach at Cypress, but a long-time assistant, tutored, or
Educator.
tutelaged under one of the outstanding minds in basketball, Margaret Moore, who grew up watching play at Cal State Long Beach. Now, one of my first games was calling her team play. But again, the tutelage, she led the team to a title in 2000, a state title in the 2004-2005 season, the only title for Cypress. But again, one of the top 5 players in Cypress college basketball history. Another bounce pass down low. That's a couple of the reasons why we'll have Coach Imaku. Stroud battling underneath, has it taken away by Benjamin. Mark, the other reason is because we haven't talked to her yet.
Exactly.
Here's Ross, Benjamin. Excuse me, that's Sagan to Benjamin. Hands to Bivens. 3, no. And here's Alvarez, loose ball foul on Sagan. I like the way Bivens, Mark, shoots the ball.
Yeah, she's just a little off on her rotation. Once she gets that down, she's got to do well. But you love the way that both these teams block out with rebounds. You just saw that by Alvarez, making sure she finds the ball, the position, and puts body in the way.
There's another handoff. Baseline drive by Hawkins, leaves it for Uwe. And that's that ball movement, Mark, that you were talking about. I believe that's the 4th assist by Hawkins tonight. I've had it low. That's number 6. And here's Uwe with point number 8 for her. She's got 8 points. It's 29-9. Mark, Ashley Hawkins has 6 assists. 7 assists after that pass, excuse me. Here's Benjamin driving the lane. Puts it up, no. Gets her own rebound, no. Rebound tapped out. Joanna Stroud has it, and another loose ball foul on Sagan. That's her 3rd personal. That's the 2nd team foul. And the Chargers are cruising in the 2nd quarter as Tao Trung checks in for Jasmine Uwe.
And you look at Stroud that comes out there again. Joanna only averaging 4.3, but again with her and Williams, they know what their job is, Corey. They go out and get the ball. They can score, but they know their thing is to get the rebound and to take out that player that goes down low and wants to play against the Cypress Chargers.
Alvarez leaves it. Again, they're sharing the pelota well. 31-9. So Stroud on the assist from Alvarez. That's her first. Adasa Miranda is number 25, patrolling the paint for the Rustlers. Katie Poppin dumps it down. Benjamin gets around Stroud. Can't convert. That's tough. 31-9, 6:10 to play. Alvarez not quite cherry picking, but she misses there. Hawkins step into a 3. Pooched off the back rim, rebound by Ross. Another steal. Alvarez coming with the trailing Hawkins. And stolen by Benjamin, tapped away by Ashley. Rustler ball.
Alvarez pulling a couple Roboties going down the score for those of you that are hockey fans that watch the game of basketball. Ryan Osborne. Looks like Luke camping out at the blue line.
Looks like me right now in my physical shape playing basketball.
Oh, you'd be on the sidelines getting oxygen playing with this Cypress women's team.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be standing right where Alvarez was, on their side of the court, in the paint, not moving. And another turnover by the Rustlers. 5:31 to play in the half.
The difference between you and Alvarez, she does move. You'd just be standing there.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'd be standing in the paint, waiting for the ball to come. 31-9, 5:25 to play with Oviedo with the ball, and there's a blocking foul, pushing foul, on ice is Benjamin.
And that's more frustration, Corey, going on for Golden West right now, the Rustlers.
Yeah, her uncle was one of the best SoCal ballers in history, in recent history, especially back in the 90s. Corey Benjamin, outstanding player out of the high desert, went to Oregon State. And speaking of outstanding, is Ashley Hawkins. She's got 8, 33-9. 33-9 is your score, under 5 to play, and there's another steal. Oviedo has it, reach in by Rice. Ross takes it right away and steps out of bounds. So Vanessa Epperson, who averages 19 points a game, has not scored yet tonight.
And like Corey talked about, Jalen averaging 12.3, and he got real excited the last game because he saw her three-point shots start to heat up.
Through the hands of Bush. Epperson the other way on the right side, that far side. Pulls up from 17, air. And here's Hawkins being chased by Miranda. Down low to nobody. 4:29 left.
Well, she was trying to get it to her counterpart, Jaylene. She just hoped that instead of being 5'2", she was 5'9".
Or 6'2".
Or 6'2". But when you watch Hawkins run with the ball, Corey, and she's bringing that court, she's always got her head up. She's always looking for the other players, and that's what makes her fun to watch as a basketball player. She sees the entire court while she's out there.
And another turnover. We talked to her earlier in the season, and Mark, she's a huge reason why her basketball program in high school, here's Oviedo, right on cue. 7 points for Jaylene, 36-9. Epperson splits the defenders, has it taken away. Trung to Hawkins, She has it, but she brought her high school team from 16 in and out, stays out. From Division 3A to Division 1. That's how prolific she was in high school. Bounce back from Northridge with under 4. It's a 36-9 score. Fama checks back in with Bivens. Epperson and Ross check out. They join Poppin, Benjamin, and Rivera. Cypress checks in with Yankee Sampton. Number 24, Bush in white is 22. Oviedo, 21. Tondon, 10. And Ashley Hawkins is 23 on your screen in white. Miranda with the ball working on Oviedo. Gets around on the right block, uses the glass perfected. And that's her first 2. 36-11. Hawkins step back 3. Missed. Rebound chased down by Ton. Has it go off of her. Well, she fell and ball went out of bounds. 3:20 remains in the first half.
And you watch these Charger women, when the ball goes up, they attack the basket. They don't attack the player. They attack the basket to get the rebound. They will find the lanes and the easiest lanes to get there. Again, this press I love because it is all pressure.
Golden West has the ball. As Benjamin and Bivens both have 3 points, that leads the way. Rivera scored the last bucket. Poppin has a free throw made, 1 of 2 there. Isis with 7 to shoot. Working on Sampton, tries to force one down low to Fama, and she misses, or actually that's touched by Bush. There's 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Watch the way the women from Cypress switch quickly on defense.
Benjamin got to shoot. Deep 3. Front rim. Rebound cannot be controlled by Golden West, and that is a team rebound. 2:47 to play first half. Chargers in complete control.
We saw Riverside try to run and go back and forth with this Cypress team. They couldn't do it. They couldn't keep up with them, and Cypress ends up winning the game. And the more I watch it, Corey, I know there's some, as the basket's made, Northern California teams have to be watching this broadcast going, you know what, we better be ready to watch a bunch of young women from Cypress College run us underneath the woodwork.
38-11 is your score. As you saw, Hawkins fake the pass out, drew the defender, and converts as she was bumped on that right sideline. She's got 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Looking for her second triple-double of the season. No three-point play. So it stays a 38-11 score. Poppin, long with the shot. Good box out by Alvarez, her fourth. Alvarez with her head up in the right-handed dribble. Kick out Hawkins. Long. 0 for 3 from 3. Reach in foul on Bush or Alvarez. Take your pick. They were both there. They get Bush. So that's her second personal. First team foul of the second quarter. Oviedo out, Uwe in. Miranda will inbound. Here's that press. Token person to person in the backcourt. Miranda against Alvarez. Scrappy and determined is Alvarez on defense and offense. Miranda said, I don't care, but misses the layup. Decides to take it open too. And here's Uwe the other way. 1:45 to play in the second quarter. 38-11. Cypress. Alvarez thought about the three. She drives. Good defense by Benjamin. No foul called. 92 seconds to play. Officials. A little bit
Letting them play.
I thought they, got my memo. Home early. Last touch did not hit Alvarez as she was standing out of bounds. Excuse me.
Corey said, look, equality in sports, that means you call no fouls.
Sampson on the inbound with 12. You hear the count below. Working on Poppin. Double team by Epperson. Tied up at the free throw line. Stays with Cypress. 4 seconds to shoot, however. As Kayleen Palomino checks in for Ashley, Carly Bush checks out for Amaya Williams. Uwe bounce pass down low, stolen by Vanessa Epperson. She's coming the other way, 2-on-1. Leads it for Benjamin. No good on the layup. Poppin can't convert on the putback. And there's the ever-present Rivera, who's fouled by Alvarez. That's the second team foul, second personal foul. Rivera will inbound as Ton Don will check in for Alexia.
And again, Golden West has had their breaks, and Corey, they just have not been able to put the ball through the hoop.
And there's a reach in, and Rivera catches the brunt of that but shoulder from Palomino.
Palomino loses it out, though. She had control of the ball.
Yeah, Shelby Ross will check in. She comes in for Rivera. Been calling him Miranda for the last 2 series. Rivera will check out. Bivens on the inbound. Short. Benjamin put back and 2. She's got 5 points. Playing hard on both sides of the ball is Isis as Tao Trung in for Palomino.
Corey, before the ball got thrown in, I don't know if you looked at the bench. Margaret Moore stood up, assumed a defensive position to let the people know this is how you guard on an inbound play. And this is the thing and why you like Cypress. You're up by 25, and you've got one of the best coaches in community college basketball coaching from the sidelines, saying this is how you guard on the inbound. This is why they're number 2 right now in the OEC.
Uwe with step back in the lane. Tried to use that dribble drive to no effect. Eberson now the other way, up that far sideline ahead of the pack to Bivens and loses it out of bounds. So 37 seconds to play in the first half. It's all Chargers, 38-14. Coach Imaku now calling directions, calling the play, and Uwe. Not the play they wanted, the result they wanted, but not the play they wanted, just a one-on-one. 11 seconds to go in the half. Benjamin back to Epperson. Good switch by Don. Push off. So that's the buzzer for the half, but the foul came before the first half buzzer ends. Are they going to call it here? Yes, they are. No, they're not. So there was a second left on the clock on the push-off. So it's a player control foul. So no free throws coming, even though they're in the bonus. No free throws coming. 40-14 is going to be your halftime score. You know who we should have had at halftime? You didn't see Coach Al-Hadaf, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay, I was hoping you would have seen him because I know you would have asked him to come on at half so we can talk just a little bit about the men's team.
Yeah, there was nobody from the men's team was out here when I showed up. The women were here and the men just sort of disappeared.
Yeah. That's what we should do right now. Anyone up from the men's squad listening in the coach's room, in the coach's office, whatever. Somebody listening who knows them, text them, tell them to come on up to the booth or the booth and come on up, talk for like 5 minutes about the men's squad. We'd love to have you here on Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net. So at the half, it's 40-14. All Cypress women. Corey Nalen, Mark Pavlovich, Jerry Roque on the call here at Don Johnson Court.
Corey, I've got to ask you because I've got the latest rankings. They came out on the 16th of January. Of course, Palomar is still at the top of the heap. They're undefeated.
Yes, they are, and you should see them play.
Yeah, you said you've watched them. You told me they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, they are, and they're upset from last year because last year they didn't get as far as they wanted to get, and it seems like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder this year.
But you also saw Cypress play Orange Coast College. You watched that one, and I asked you point blank. I said, you know, I know the pair at Orange Coast College are two of the best. I mean, you could talk about both of them over there and say, hey, you know, let's look at the fact of what they've got. And you said, yeah, Mark, they're the real deal. They're undefeated still, and they're number 2.
Simply a solid team. I mean, there's a lot of Vanguard influence with that team because Sammy Doucette was one of the best players after our term at Vanguard. But she's one of those players who's intense, and you see a lot of her in their game and a lot of GSAC influences as well.
I don't know how much of the Northern California teams you've got to look at so far, or if you've got to see any of them, because we know not every team streams their games. Have you seen any of the Northern California teams?
Oh, yeah, I got No Life.
Oh, okay. All right. So what about Fresno? Have you seen Fresno?
I've seen Fresno play once. Again, the top half of this bracket, the 5 teams that are top 5 right now, can win the title.
Okay, so
championship.
All the way down to College of the Sequoias.
Yes.
You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
And then when we get to Butte, San Joaquin, Moore Park, do you start to waver a little?
No, because those teams, especially San Joaquin Delta and Moore Park, they have history and tradition on their side. So if they get in there, they've got coaches who've been there before. You get a good coach, you get a solid player, you've got a chance to win a title. But again, it's one of those things that That's why they're ranked top 10 instead of top 5. But, yeah, they've got a chance. Like we said last week, it's open because you get a team like Cypress, and I know you're moving down the list. A team like Cypress, there's a couple others like
Well, there's one team I got to ask you about. I don't know if you've seen them play because people have always made fun of them. Gee, they're not bad. They're good in football. We know the football coach has a good year, but, hey, if you move him up in the division, is he going to be that good? I look at them and see Mount San Jacinto there, and I'm thinking, okay, I haven't seen them play, but as good as advertised?
They're a good team. That's another team like a Cypress who, if they can get a run, they can get hot, everybody playing together, they can move along, get to that Elite Eight or that last 8, get to those remaining 4 or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're calling it nowadays.
Just as long as we're not using the copyright
yeah,
name, right?
No copyright here. The remaining 4 teams, they've got a chance if they get there. But again, that's one of those teams that not on the level of the first 5. And I hope, here's what we hope. These teams are listening so they can hear. You hear what he said about our team? He said we wasn't good. He said we're not on their level. Use that to get there and say, hey, we proved them wrong. And that's a team like Mount San Jacinto. That's a team like Cypress.
Well, I look at a team like Cypress. Okay, so let's get down to some of the lower ones because, I mean, you look at Mount Sac is there, Ventura Laney, Cypress, Irvine Valley, Long Beach City. I look at Cypress because I get to see them play as a team still growing. I don't think they've reached close to their potential. I love the way they run the floor. I love the way their coach plays press defense on the floor. Corey, I think they're on the upward, but I don't think they're close to reaching their pinnacle yet. That's what I see from these Cypress women.
Yeah, no, they haven't. They haven't shot well enough to be that. This is a team that's really going to be, if they shoot 45 to 50%, then you'll see them at their best because that means Ashley Hawkins has found her shot. That means Jaylene Oviedo is going to be consistent. She is the key for them moving forward. They've got Jasmine Uwe, who's that second scorer. Last year, they had Oviedo. They had, and I forgot the girl's name. I'm so sorry. But
it'll come to you during the game.
Yes, it will. But they had her as a 20-point scorer. This year, they're more balanced and they have more scoring punch, something that they could have used last year against Palomar when they lost in that second round. Uwe is that person that adds more punch. Hawkins is that player who you need a star player. Oviedo is that player who's just consistent and can ascend to star because, remember, we were here when she had 11 threes in a game. So she can shoot the lights out. And in a tournament competition, and you got 6 games, you can get hot for 6 games and you can carry your team. Plus they have the role players who were freshmen last year and sophomores this year, and Don and Trung and Williams when she comes off the bench, and Stroud, who didn't play last year, who was another high school phenom. That they need that cohesiveness that you're alluding to.
Well, what I see from them, too, is I see them getting into other teams' heads. And you know what? I know you're going to give me maybe the little eye here, but I'm going to go way back with you, you and I. And when I watch them run, there's that part of me that I go, okay, not saying that the players are as good, but I look at those old teams as Vanguard and I think, okay, you get underneath somebody's skin, and you've got 2 players that can score, which you already talked, that they have 2 players that are consistent scorers, and you get those 1 or 2 that get hot. I can see this Cypress team being that one that throws you off balance enough, and then because of what they've got, winning it. That's why I like what the coaching staff is doing with these young women. Even though you're up right now, Corey, by 26 points, they're not saying, okay, let's quit running. Let's keep running, and that's why I had to ask you, they're still in that upward click that if they can continue this and improve each week, they could be that team from the South that you might be concerned about.
Well, you're going to have to be concerned about it. But we'll see if they can click to get to that next level. Because right now, Palomar and Orange Coast, those are the squads that you have to beat. Up north, it's going to have to be Fresno City that you're going to have to beat. I watched Santa Rosa play the other day. That's a good team. And so how they work it is 4 teams from the north, 4 teams from the south. One of those teams, one of the top 4 teams is going to get beat. We just don't know who it is.
And did I dismiss Riverside too quickly? I know there's the Riverside coach who listens to us, and she'll go, Mark, you're not even talking about us because Cypress beat us. I don't mean to dismiss them. Did they just have an off night when they played Cypress?
They have trouble shooting the ball consistently.
Okay.
Because they press, they play hard, they rebound, but they haven't been consistent shooters of the basketball. And that's going to be why they don't make that run, if they don't make that run.
Okay, because that's the thing. I don't want anybody, because I look at it and I say, okay, OCC will be there, Cypress will be there, Irvine Valley
will be there.
Will be there.
They made the remaining teams last year.
Okay.
And I picked them to win the whole thing.
You
last
did,
year.
yeah.
So it shows how much I know. But no, I thought they were going to win last year. Sierra was the team that came out on top, and I got to check that real quick.
See, and I'm sort of leaning towards Riverside because of the tumultuous season that they're having, not because of the way they're playing, but the way they're being treated at their own school. And so I look at it that way and say, okay, Riverside should come back up and be able to establish down there. So we'll see if they end up doing that when they play. I think they're a team that you can't dismiss as quickly as it sounded like I have in this first half of this game between Cypress and Golden West College here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget, the men are coming. Number 2 in the OEC. They're right behind Fullerton College, and I know that's why Corey Nalen would have said Coach Al Haddoff, because I'd have still looked at him and said, wait a minute, you lost to OCC? I'd have started him off well. He looked at Corey and said, I'm not talking to the old guy anymore.
But it's not a bad loss.
It's not a bad loss. But
OCC has been playing well as of late.
Yeah, but Corey, at the time they lost, if you'd ask him if it was a bad loss, I'd already give his answer. As far as he was concerned, it was a bad loss. So make sure at the end of this game, we'll go away for a few seconds, and then we're going to come back for men following the women. Double dip tonight here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Jerry Roque running the camera. Corey Nalen bringing the wisdom. And the old guy here just holding up these 2 youngsters because they get tired of standing all night long. It's called stamina, guys. It's called stamina.
It's called work smarter, not harder. And it was Sierra who did win last year. And again, we're not even talking about the defending state champions in the Wolverines. And I just think it's going to be a great year, and somebody who's going to be unexpected that hasn't won before.
So you think somebody's going to come out of the pack that you don't expect?
At least one team will come out of the pack and upset someone.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, because it always happens. If it doesn't happen, I'll be surprised.
Don't forget, next Friday, Sportsnet, USA.net Invitational. Cerritos College takes on Imperial Valley. Still, we haven't seen a roster for them. But once that comes out, we might see the best pitcher in softball, as far as you're concerned, pitching for Imperial Valley in that game against Cerritos.
Yes, one of the best pitchers in softball. If it wasn't for a pitcher from Santa Ana last year, she would have been the pitcher of the year. But again, it'll be interesting. And you go back, I thought Palomar had won a title in women's basketball, but they have not.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be interesting. They're one of the teams that are looking for a title. Another team that's looking for a title is going to be Orange Coast. It could be there. No, they won in 2003, my bad. But it's been a while since they've been relevant in basketball. Santa Rosa won it in 2011. They've had a couple down seasons, but they're back now. And College of the Sequoias, they're a team it's a good college. They're always there with their programs. They need their first. No, they got one in 87, so never mind.
Yeah, but Corey, that's a while ago when you say that. I mean, you know, you could, if Fullerton had not won a football title in the teens, the 2000 teens, you could talk about all the years that they won, but everybody turn around and say those were Hal Scherback days. It's been a while since you've won a title.
Yeah, and Riverside, you speak of Riverside, Coach Berber was on that team and led that Riverside team in '86 that won the state title. So, yeah, we've been around a lot of excellent basketball minds. Coach Berber at Riverside, Coach Moore here at Cypress, and we're going to talk to Coach Imaku, who has a tremendous basketball mind, one of the best players who's ever put on a Cypress uniform to step on the Don Johnson court. Although it wasn't Don Johnson court when she was playing, it was just Cypress court.
And that'll all come during the men's game, which follows the women's game here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey, Jerry, myself, getting ready for the second half of this game. And I tell you what, we'll see what happens. You've got to like, if you're a Golden West College fan, you've got to like the stick-to-itiveness about this team. And a lot of people will look at teams, and you look at Golden West College right now, Corey, and you've been there. You've been on teams that have struggled as they've gone on. 12-7 overall, 0-4 in conference, but they're 12-7 overall. This is the thing I find amazing with the OEC. You can have teams that have losing records in the OEC, but they're 5 games over in the win column, and that tells you a lot about the OEC itself. You may struggle in the conference because of the talent, but outside the conference, you've often said it, probably the best programs in all of sports across the nation.
The best community college conference in the nation
is the OEC.
Yes, and I could be superfluously speaking. I could be speaking hyperbolically.
But you haven't had any oil lately to loosen you up, so you can't be doing that as the ladies walk on the court with the Chargers up 40-14 on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net.
And don't forget the men coming up right after. As Mark said, we'll step away for a couple moments, and then we'll get right back to you. As the men, again, second place in conference.
I'm going to say right behind Fullerton. I know Fullerton's undefeated.
Well, I know, but here's the thing. We knew they had a chance to be, wasn't quite sure they would get there.
Yeah, when we saw them play the first game, you sort of went, you know, I don't think this is going to be a good year.
Well, we thought it was going to be a good year, but
not as good as it is now.
We thought third or fourth place. Man, they are legit as we start the third quarter with Fama turnaround Jay all day. That's the only play I would run for the first 10 times down the floor if I was Golden West. But you got to play D. Missing the short jumper is Uwe. Dang with the rebound. Here's Epperson. Rivera. Fama, you saw calling for it at the high post on the right side. Drives down, puts it up, puts it in. She's got 4 points. And it is 40-18. Quickly the other way is Hawkins. Loose ball foul as she follows her own shot. Her first personal, first team foul of the second half.
So they've done what Corey suggested to start off this second half. And we'll see if there's a lull by the Cypress Chargers.
So Rivera has it with Bivens on the far side, Benjamin on the near side, Epperson down low. Yang calls for it again, turning on Bush, right side one more time. Got hit on the arm, no call. Rivera battles through, no. And here's Uwe the other way. Jasmine across midcourt. Oviedo working on the taller Bivens. Hawkins. Alvarez. 8 to shoot. Alvarez for Hawkins. Hasn't hit a 3 yet. That's her first. 13 points for Ashley.
So does Carly Bush get an assist on that once it bounced off her forehead and went to Hawkins?
No, that was Alvarez. She got it back.
Okay.
No hockey assist for Carly. Benjamin drives, puts it up, and reach-in foul on Alvarez from behind. That'll be the third personal on Alexia, second team foul for Cypress. Isis Benjamin with 6 points marked on the season. She averages 4 points, 3 rebounds.
Trong comes in for Alvarez for the Chargers. Alvarez has one of the best shooting percentages, Corey, for this Charger team. She's in the top 3 in the OSC in shooting percentages.
So it is 43-19 after the made free throw. 7:51 third quarter. Lazy pass saved by Hawkins. Epperson working hard on defense. Hawkins spins in the lane. What you think, Mark?
I tell you, let me steal a line from you. That was pretty.
That was pretty. That's Ashley now with 15 points. 45-19 your score. Bivens tries to counter. Blocked by Oviedo. She's a solid defensive player, Mark. That's one block, but she averages almost 3 steals a game. 2.8 on the season, leads the team. Alvarez, a stealer in her own right with 2.3 on the season. And you like the front by Trong to deny the inbound pass to the taller Fama Diong. There's the first points for Vanessa Epperson. A 19-point game score gets her first 2 of the game. That comes at 7 minutes to play in the third corner. Jaylene Oviedo short. Long rebound chased down by Jasmine. Oviedo one more time, this time from 8. Tough going. So Bivens with the carom. Almost stolen as it was poked away by Hawkins out of play.
And this is why when we were talking at halftime, Corey, I said this team is still on their rise upwards, because when you look at the game, you're sitting there with basically a 24-point lead. They're playing like they're tied here to start the second half. And I love that from these Cypress women, playing with the intensity they're playing with.
Hawkins, long rebound to Oviedo. Trung resets on the left. Bumped by Rivera, and she'll head to the line for 2. Tao out of Rancho Alamitos High School, 5'6" sophomore. 3 points, 3 rebounds a game. Also get you a steal as Rivera checks out for Katie Poppin.
And again, one thing like Corey would always tell you, drive towards the basket. Don't look for the contact. Go to make the basket. When that contact hits you, the referee's probably going to call it. And that's exactly what she did on her drive as she makes that free throw.
46-21. 47-21. 6:25 to play third quarter. Cypress took control in that first quarter mark and has, as you said, they haven't let up. Bivens, wing 3. She's been off. She has 1, but can't find her stroke. Rebound, Diong. No, pushed by Bush underneath. As you heard, Coach Imaku, put a body on her. That's how you got to do. Block, box. Box and block. Box and block.
Carly Bush playing very well, Corey, down low. Really against a young woman that's got more physical prowess against her. A little taller, a little heavier. But Bush is holding her own right now for the Cypress Charger team down low.
freshman from Los Angeles, gets one of two. 6:06 in the third. It's 47-22. So Jasmine will check out for Amaya. Amaya Williams, Carly Bush, Hawkins, Oviedo, and Trung on the outside. Jaylene has it. Ashley pulls up from 12. Back rim poked out by Benjamin, saved by Tao. Hawkins gets it back. In the air, bad place to be when you want to pass. Blocking foul on Tao Trung. Like those bang-bang calls, but a good call by the official.
Yeah, you've got to let an offensive player have the opportunity to make their move. You can't just cut off that opportunity to have them cut. And that's exactly what the foul was called on.
So Sheridan Bivens bringing it up against Oviedo. And it's kicked by Jaylene. Unintentionally, but a kick nonetheless.
And here, if you want to watch defense, watch the women for Cypress move their feet, use their arms and the wingspan on their arms to take away passing lanes, something that you don't necessarily see in the men's game.
Kick out, pop in. Nice high-low, in and out. Offensive set for the Rustlers, and it is now 47-25. 22 points is the lead for the Chargers. Hawkins thought about answering. She gets to the free throw line. Kick out. Oviedo wants the answer. Yeah. She's now in double figures, and it is 50-25. Even I can do the math on this one, Mark. Cypress is up by a lot. Down low, pretty move on the left block. She's got 7 points all coming in the second half, this third quarter. Hawkins with a little runner. Bush with the rebound, no. Hawkins chases it down. Oviedo, 2 for 2. And Minnie, no, she misses. Good rebound by Jiang. Epperson creates contact, gets an opening, and misses a deep three. Quick shot. Oviedo, Trung ahead of everybody, blocked from behind by Vanessa Epperson, and that will be Charger ball with a 50-27 lead. And again, Mark, the only play I'd be doing right now, this is why I would not make a good coach, because I'd only run one play.
Go down low?
Yes, and as soon as you triple team me, I got 2 shooters on the outside. Then we step outside, but until you can stop her as she comes out of the ball game. So they don't call a block on Epperson, they call a foul on Epperson. So Tao will head to the line where she shoots another 2. She was a 4-year varsity player as she missed the first out of Rancho Alamitos. She was a second-team all-conference. I believe that's the Garden Grove League is Rancho Alamitos.
Mm-hmm. And Corey Nailen will tell you it drives me crazy, but the women should shoot better than 60% from the charity stripe.
And Mark, let's see after they shoot 100 free throws, let's see what that average will be. As a deep three missed by Ross, corralled by Bush. If you've gone to the line 5 times, you haven't even gotten your rhythm as Amaya Williams.
Well, I don't think I'd have called that against Williams, because when she made the initial move, the defender got out of her way and didn't really stop. So I'd have just said a lot of contact, no foul.
That's one of those Sylvia fouls, Lisa Leslie's, you're too small to guard me fouls, as you just fall over after I touch you and you go up.
Yeah.
That was a strong good.
That was a strong move.
And it was a good move, and that's what you need. So 51-27, and I do the same thing. Almost a travel by Poppin. Ross and Bivens playing catch at the top of the key. Bivens now decides to work that right side of the key over the smaller Oviedo. Good D by Jaylene. Strong rebound by Williams. Here's Hawkins. Kick out. That should be 3. Nope. Rebound by Bush. No. Williams again with the left. This time her power pays off. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And what I love about Williams, and I already talked about it in the first half, Corey, she is so mobile. You know, some people look at the bigger players and they go, oh, look at the smaller players, they flow. She's got great mobility down low, and what you love about her, her hands are up ready to get the ball and snatch it out of the air. She's doesn't have her hands down low when she goes in there. Her hands are up, so you're not going to get those calls of pushing somebody in the back. Just a very strong effort by her as she misses this first free throw.
See what happens when you talk good about somebody, Mark?
Yeah, I know.
And I was trying to think of a comparable player. She makes one of 2. As Trung checks out for Don. Here she is again, turns and kicks it out this time. Ross got away with a travel, throws it away to Stroud. Nobody stops ball. So basketball 101, Mark tells you, if nobody stops the ball, keep going. It's 54-27. And Vanessa Epperson says, that's right, if nobody stops the ball, you get 3. She's got 5 points. Down low, Williams again. I think that was a block by Young.
Well, and Williams didn't handle it cleanly. She thought a shot was coming. The pass was made, which was a beautiful pass to her. And that's where every once in a while you've got to be able to anticipate what your partners are going to do on the floor.
2:20 to play in this third quarter. Epperson, they dare her to shoot. She's long with it. Oviedo ahead of the pack to Dawn. She brings it back out as transition was good. Hawkins needs to find her stroke. No. Rebound fought for underneath. Golden West takes control. Under 2 to play in the third. Poppin. Epperson. Back to Poppin. Already has 1-3 from there. Not this time. Ashley to Jaylene. Pulls up from 10. There you go. So what I love about her game, she doesn't rely on the three-point shot. She doesn't feel like she has to shoot a three-point shot. She doesn't feel like she has to stop and pop from 3 on a fast break, which annoys me to no end on a 2-on-1. Bivens cannot answer. Williams. Hawkins. Oviedo.
And she knows how to use the glass, too, right?
The bank is always open. 58-30. Bank is always open, Mark, 8 days a week, 25 hours a day. Timeout taken by the Rustlers with 54.3 seconds to play in the third quarter. This is Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.
You know, can we go back to Oviedo for a second, Corey? Because when the season started, you said her shot's off. She can't hit. I've always looked at her shot as unusual, where she puts her hands at. But is there such a thing as an unusual shot? I mean, you hear people, really?
Yeah. There's unusual shots, there's ugly shots, there's pretty shots.
But if I'm making baskets, is it still unusual?
It can still be ugly, it can still be unusual, but it's effective.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. As long as it goes in, it goes in. She's got her shot is pure. She's got one of those shots. It may look weird, but when you hear that sound, when it goes through the net, when you don't have on these earphones and this headset, that means your shot is pure no matter what it looks like.
Okay. Because I know people would watch her and go, God, she looks like she puts her hands here and there. And I listen to people analyze games and they go, you know, if Corey had his hands in the right position, I'm thinking, he's averaging 38 points a game. What are you talking about?
So she would be like a left-handed boxer, Mark, unorthodox. Down low, Yang reach in by Williams. She knows she got caught. And she'll head back to the line. And Golden West has been more fluid, if you will, on the offensive side of the ball once they've utilized their big person down low and made that the focal point.
Yeah, and the freshman now is really being that vocal point. And I think Golden West College has found, you know, I should have listened to Corey Nealon earlier as she makes the free throw.
8 points all coming in this third quarter of play.
And the game is slowed down for her a little, so she's not rushing when she goes down low. There's now Joanne Stroud's in the game.
And Stroud, Mark, she was a first-team All-CIF. Her team won a CIF title. She puts it up strong. And she's got 4 points. 4 years at the varsity. Santa Fe High School. You know what she wants to be?
What's that?
Broadcaster.
Come on up and visit.
3-time league MVP. Can she make this three-point play? And like a Tribe Called Quest said, yes, you can. So 61-31. 21 seconds of play in this third quarter. Here's Bivens with the 9. Yang down low, turns again. No good, but you like the aggressiveness. Isis Benjamin down low again. Will she get it off? She does, but it does not go. Good defense down low by Joanna Stroud. And that's where we'll end the half with a 30-point lead for the Chargers, 61-31 on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. Again, a better offensive output for Golden West in that third quarter. 14 points at the half, and they score 17 points in the third.
Yeah, so they've come back and they've sort of gone in the offense that Corey Nealon has asked for, gone to their big player who has all of a sudden allowed the game to slow down for her, and in doing so been able to make her shots. Now I get to ask the stupid question of the week to Corey Nealon. Corey, when I look at Cypress College, so many people touch the ball, bringing the ball up the court. So who is their point guard? Because I see it being one person on one play, another person on another play, another person on another play that runs the point. I know you're going to tell me that it's their star player, but do they have a certain one?
Yes.
I mean, that's who I'd love to ask the coach.
Ashley Hawkins is their point, and that's what we see here. That's what we see, and you should ask the point. You should ask Coach Maku that question on who is the point guard, because Ashley is a combo guard, but she is a point guard. If you really look at the way she plays, she is a true point. She's a true combo. She's a true
shooting
scorer.
guard.
She's a scoring guard, but she is a point guard, and that's who their point is.
Okay. Because I just watch it so many times, and I go, God, they have multiple point guards out there, which is so cool because, you know, you can see no ego.
And the difference is Malia Goldsmith from last year, she was a combo guard more than a point guard. So starting the fourth, Sampton tried to jump down to Palomino, in the air to Don, and throws it away. So Sampton, Don, and Palomino, Hui and Stroud on the floor for Cypress. For Golden West, Young, Benjamin, Bivens, Epperson, and Rivera. Down low again, working, turn and shoot, turn and shoot. There you go, got that rhythm, kick out for Benjamin, misses the free throw line, Jay. 9:20. Here's Dawn, streaking Sampton on the left side, they miss her. And Mark tonight again. Equality in sports tonight. This is what you need, more equality in sports. Sampton misses from 15. Stroud, turnaround, no. Last touch by Jasmine. And again, you mentioned some of the trials that are going on and at the community, specifically at the community college level.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's an article coming out in the LA Times about what's going on at Riverside City College. If it's already been out, look it up, because that old thing that we always bring up here, Title IX is being abused in the collegiate world. And Title IX is just not for women. It's for everyone who steps on a college campus.
Here's Jasmine with the ball. Got a little away with the carry. Said, that's okay. Let me make that count then. She now has 10. 63. And it's 63 to 31. And Fama, she's in double figures with 10 points, all coming in the second half. 8:10 to play. Don't forget the men. Coming up after this one, we'll step away for a few. Louis again, right side this time. And that is what they didn't have last year, and what they have this year is that second, third bona fide scorer. They had Goldsmith last year and Oviedo last year. This year, they have Oviedo still here, Hawkins and Uwe, all three bona fide to put points and balls in the bucket.
And Stroud making the defensive play, stepping there and beating her offensive counterpart to the point. As Corey Nalen, I'm going to let you get out there because you're getting a little wholesale changes out there.
Hawkins, Alvarez, Oviedo, Trung, and Bush back for Cypress. Hawkins will inbound to Alvarez. But what you like is, with all those players who bring the ball up, when you play a team like a Palomar who will press you a lot, you have players who should not get flustered bringing the ball up the court. You hope they don't get flustered bringing the ball up the court. 7:30 left. Alvarez to Hawkins. Screen by Carly. Roll by Carly. Not looking for the ball. Intercepted by Benjamin. Epperson's been quiet. Only 5 points. She averages 19. Gets that high screen. Misses one more time. Rivera. Hustle player. Gets the second chance. Kim Rivera out of Our Lady of Loretto has 4 points. Hawkins with the hesitation. Goes to the ground, blocked by Bivens. Or ball on the ground. Foul on the ground, foul on the ground, foul going up. What you got, Mark?
I was going to say foul on the ground.
And Hawkins will be shooting too.
Oh, and they're saying going up. Okay.
Hawkins, quiet night. 16 points. 8 rebounds. 8 assists, quiet. 66-35 your score.
.74% free thrower.
Is that good, Mark, or no?
Oh, yeah, I told you, I'll take anything around 75%.
See, it's good now, Jerry, that he's coming around to the right way of thinking. Because for years, as Bivens says, yeah, 3, ring me up.
Well, look, I'm dealing with 75% effort by Jerry and you tonight. And it's okay. Broadcast is fine.
That's all right. Like I said, 75% will be okay. You'd like 80. 85% from the charity stripe.
How I feel about that. I really do think teams should shoot close to 80%. I know you disagree with me, but something else the coach will get asked when she comes up here. Then I'll have to look at her when she says, I agree with Corey. I'm going to say, Coach, would you shoot?
And you know what she'll say? Doesn't matter. See this ring? I shot good enough. Okay. Out of the there's a timeout on the floor with 6:16 to play. Fourth quarter. It is Cypress winning 67-38 as we speak, as that timeout was taken before the turnover by Golden West.
Corey, as much as you talk about the offense for the Cypress team, the defense really is something special. They switch quickly. They help each other out on the floor, switching there, and they move their feet so fast and so well, which is the thing that's really, really good about their defense. It doesn't get talked about enough, the defense that they play as a team. I really don't think it does. I mean, you always talk about the offense.
That's because we're the only people talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
I love the way they play the defense.
No, and that's been the staple of Cypress College basketball for years. Margaret Moore has had this Cypress team playing pressure defense, 94 feet, for years. And you see the way she coaches. Coach Imaku is bringing that intensity, and it's not leveling off. It's that same defensive intensity that's been a staple of the program.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that, you'd hear some coaches that will tell you that offense is created by wonderful defense. Well, we see that tonight with a 29-point lead.
Out of the timeout, Bivens will inbound to Rivera, joined by Epperson, Poppin, and DeYoung. Rivera wanting to go down to the left block. She does. Again, power move up and out. Rebound Hawkins closing in on that triple-double. Oviedo, bounce pass kicked by Epperson. Oviedo, nobody's going to stop her. She misses. And Fama with the rebound. She's got 8 rebounds tonight. Again at the free throw line. Kick out. Poppin. Back down to Bivens. Back again in the triangle. Puts it up and puts it in. Again, Mark. You can't stop 6'4", as it's 67-40. Hawkins, hesitation, slapped on the wrist. Officials said keep playing, as they have Bivens in the front court. You keep the dribble alive. All that work, and she did not finish. Alvarez, nobody stops ball. Young with her, actually officially, only her 6th rebound. So I had her a couple more. Rivera to the right side, throws it up. Trung chases it down. Alvarez so wide open, fumbles it, brings it back out. Corner, Oviedo. Back rim, long rebound, chased down by Alvarez with 4:25 to play in the game and a 27-point lead for the Chargers. Hawkins meets it, Mark, and she does have her second triple-double. And she speaks English well. Off the backboard, 69-40. 4 minutes to play, 21 points for Miss Ashley. 11 rebounds, 10 assists, and they can't do anything with Fama down low.
And, Corey, give it to the young lady at Golden West College. You kept thinking about them going down. She couldn't make a shot. And playing the game, how frustrated players can be. Effort sometimes is given up. She has just given 1,000% effort in the second half for Golden West College, even though they're trailing by 27.
And as a freshman, here's where you get that playing time. Here's where you get that confidence for next season. So you can be the most dominant player on the floor for your team and for the conference. And that's what you're working on here. She misses and can't convert the three-point play, and it stays 69-42. So we'll refresh with Sampton, Alvarez now with the ball, Williams, Palomino, and Don, the five on the floor for the Chargers. Alvarez step back, steps in. She's got 7. So 3:31 to play. Epperson, Bivens, Sagan, Bivens for 3. She's got 9 points, all from the land of plenty with 3:15 to play. Alvarez uses the high screen by Williams. Thought about that. Don on the curl. Misses Williams, has it poked away, dives to the ground. Here comes Golden West the other way. So they're up this near side with Poppin and Bivens. Cross-court pass to Epperson, looking for point number 8, no. Sagan gets it right back to her. That rims out. And Palomino and Chargers with 71-45 lead. Sampton gets in the scoring column, no. Last touched by Don. So this will bring in Hadassah Miranda out of Long Beach. 2:34 remaining in this game. The second half of the doubleheader will have the men host Irvine Valley.
Men sitting at number 2 as we get a full timeout with 2:27 to go. It's the Lady Chargers 71, Golden West College 45. Here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Like Corey said, the men after this will go away for a second. We will be back. Don't be gone long here on Chargers Live and Sportsnet, USA.net. Gotta, run over to the dressing room, put on some more makeup for Corey and, Jerry, so that if the camera swings around and all three of us are on the air, we all want to look the same age.
It's a lot of makeup.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Corey, when you think about this, Janley Portillo I haven't seen her here tonight, unless her number has changed, but I haven't seen her tonight. One of the better players for this Golden West College team and one of the better shooters. She's in the top 4. In the OEC. So, not saying that Golden West would have won this game if she'd have been here, but they're down by 26. It might have been a little closer.
And out of the timeout, Golden West will have it with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounding is Epperson. Bivens and Poppin. Yang, two-person game with Bivens. Again, turns around at the free throw line to Sagan. Skip to Bivens. Blocked by Don. So 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Popping on the inbound, away from everyone. Over the top. Loose ball, team rebound, coming the other way.
And, Corey, what's nice about this, too, playing against a young lady that's a little bigger against everybody else, you're watching now the help defense from Cypress. And you hear the coaches, even though it's a 26-point lead, I love the fact that your coach is yelling, help her, help her, help her, to get ready in case when it becomes a dogfight, you're used to playing that sort of defense. Excellent coaching from the bench for these Cypress Chargers.
Dump down, Sampton, travel.
I better quit saying nice things about the team. Every time I do, something happens. You know, coach might mute me.
Epperson down low, Sagan all alone as they double team Dieng up top. So Sagan, her second bucket, she's got 4 points. Alvarez left it short. Sampton with the rebound, almost throws it away. Alvarez again, wide open. Nine points for Alexia. And a 30-second timeout taken by Golden West under the adage, if I got them, I'm going to use them. We talked about that also, Mark. You were talking about you were watching a couple men's games.
Oh, I watched Kansas State.
Well, don't drop names.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, a couple college games. And, you know, it was like, Corey, when all of a sudden a college basketball game becomes 2.5 hours long, no matter what the score is, you sit there and start to say, you know, why are you calling a timeout, coach? Why? You know, another game I watched, there was no reason a team was losing badly, and they used 3 timeouts in a row. And I just thought, okay.
Yeah, you know me. 6 timeouts is too many.
Yeah.
For each team. 3 timeouts a game for each team is enough. Epperson, she hasn't found it tonight as she misses another 3. Battle underneath between Sagan and Palomino. Alternating arrows stays with the Rustlers. 54 seconds remains in the game. Poppin is open and kicks out. Bivens looking for her 4th 3, and she gets it. So Bivens has 12 points, all on 3s. Leading scorer for the Rustlers tonight is Fama Dieng. She's got 14. Equality in women's sports tonight here at Don Johnson Court. Chargers live on sportsnetusa.net.
Not a bad little crowd showed up. We've seen ones that have been a little thicker, but there's more people on the patio section that's classed in, which Corey and I really like when we've been out here for tournaments and we're doing games later in the tournament.
Cypress is going to move to 16-5 overall. They'll improve to 4-1 in conference.
Now, Corey, that drives me nuts too.
Well, the officials need to get in their work also. They don't want to quit on a game either, so they're going to make sure they call it to the best of their abilities. Here's Palomino for a deep 3, looking like the other number 30.
And we must be having clock problems. That's what's going on right now.
76-50 is your score. Under 30 seconds to play. Palomino gets her first bucket of the game out of Saddleback High School. Former Road Runner. I think some folks are listening in Adelanto, Mark. I remember watching Margaret Moore's Final Four game way back in the day.
They were reminding you that you went there?
No, I'm telling them.
Oh, okay.
I remember watching that game, Long Beach State versus Louisiana Tech, and Tennessee is in that Final Four, I believe, and the ball on the ground. I can't remember the fourth team, Mark. I think it was Tennessee. No, it was USC. USC, La Tech, Tennessee, I believe, and Long Beach.
Those are the days that Tennessee played at Oman Arena. No?
No. They played at Knoxville.
I thought somebody had told us when we were back there that they had played games there, too.
Well, maybe a couple games as like playing another team, but not their home team, their home stadium or arena. 19.6. So no rolling timeout, no substitution timeout. It's a prolonged timeout.
Oh, you know what? I love everybody on the court is talking to each other. One person's yelling this, one person's yelling this. I can see Corey Nealon wants to lean over the side and say, hey, there's 19 seconds. Just run the clock.
You know what it reminded me at? Basketball in the park at 6 o'clock in the evening.
The lights are going.
At this time, right now, when it's dark. Y'all want to go? We should go. Y'all want to go? We should go. Y'all want to go? We should go. Nah, let's play one. There's one person. Let's play one more. They became an official. 76 to 50, 19.6 to play. Golden West is going to drop to 12-8 and 0-5 in conference. Their final score will be 76 to 50 in favor of the Chargers. Now, Don. Oh, come on, ref. You can't call that with 2.4. And he says, yes, I can. That's the 5th team foul. Misses the first. One more coming to Ton. She wants to keep the score at 76 to 50, but she does not, so it's 77 to 50. So that will be the final score in the 5th conference game for both teams. Cypress, 77-50 winners over Golden West. 16-5, 4-1. Golden West drops to 12-8, 0-5 in conference. We'll be right back with more Chargers Live on SportsNetUSA.net.